Just Stop Oil. Protests spark global debate over climate action. The environmental activist group Just Stop Oil has once again captured headlines with a series of high-profile protests aimed at pressuring governments to halt fossil fuel licensing and production. Over the past week, their disruptive actions have reignited discussions about the urgency of climate action and the methods used to achieve it. Protests and public disruption just stop. Oil's recent demonstrations included blocking major highways, disrupting public transportation, and targeting cultural landmarks. In one instance, activists climbed onto the roof of a prominent London theatre, unfurling banners and demanding immediate governmental action to combat climate change. Another protest saw demonstrators glue themselves to the pavement outside a major financial institution, accusing it of funding fossil fuel projects. The group's tactics, while controversial, are designed to force conversations around the climate crisis. Their slogan, "No new oil, no excuses," has become a rallying cry for environmentalists worldwide. Public reaction: the protests have drawn mixed reactions from the public and policymakers. Supporters argue that Just Stop Oil is bringing much-needed attention to the climate emergency, emphasizing the dire need for immediate action. "We need bold, courageous movements like this to shake us out of complacency," said Dr. Elaine Summers, a climate scientist at Imperial College London. However, critics argue that the group's methods are alienating potential allies and causing unnecessary inconvenience. "Blocking roads and disrupting lives isn't the way to build support for an important cause," said one commuter affected by a recent highway blockade. Government and industry response: the UK government has condemned the protests, labeling them as reckless and counterproductive. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak stated that while climate action remains a priority, the country must transition in a sustainable and pragmatic manner, balancing environmental goals with economic stability. Oil and gas industry leaders have also criticized the group, defending their ongoing projects as essential for energy security and the transition to cleaner energy sources. Just Stop Oil's perspective. In response to the backlash, Just Stop Oil released a statement reaffirming their commitment to nonviolent civil disobedience. "We do not take these actions lightly," the group wrote. "Our planet is in peril, and governments are ignoring the science. We must act now, for there is no Planet B." They pointed to recent reports from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, which warn that the world is on track to exceed critical temperature thresholds unless immediate action is taken to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The bigger picture: just stop. Oil's protests come amid a backdrop of escalating climate disasters, including record-breaking heat waves, wildfires, and flooding. These events have intensified calls for global action to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Experts note that while disruptive protests may be polarizing, they have historically played a crucial role in driving societal change. Movements like the civil rights movement and suffragette protests faced similar criticism before ultimately achieving significant milestones. What's next? As the debate over Just Stop Oil's methods and message continues, one thing is clear: the urgency of climate action cannot be ignored. With global temperatures rising and time running out to avert the worst effects of climate change, the group's protests serve as a stark reminder of the stakes at hand. Whether their methods will lead to meaningful change or further polarization remains to be seen, but their message has undeniably forced the world to confront uncomfortable truths about the future of our planet.